Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is RUZAINI bin Mohamed JAMIL. My number matric 2013928848 and I'm from UR 6523008. Today I want to discuss about the 3 operational amplifier. First, in task A about comparator zero level detector. So when I do the circuit for zero level detector, the waveform output show like this. This is the Vmax for the output, and this is the Vmin. Second, for the non-zero level detector. For the non-zero level detector, V reference, I calculate I got 2.63 volt for resistor 4.7k R1, this, and the waveform show like that. And for resistor 1k, I got 5 volts. Waveform still like this, same. And for resistor 1k, I've got 7.5 volt and still waveform like this, but the square wave got a little small than the 2k one. After that, the summing amplifier. Summing amplifier for the R1, R2 and RF equal to 10 kilo ohm. The waveform I go like this. In the calculation, V out I got negative 2 volt. For the negative 2 volt in the waveform, this in the blue one, I got negative 1.9867. Not accurate, but it's a little bit lah. Next, the R1 and RF equal to 10 kilo ohm and R2 equal to kilo ohm. For the calculation, I've got negative 6 volt. And in the circuit, in the waveform, I've got negative 5.9599 volt. This blue one. Next question. What do you understand about summing amplifier? The summing amplifier is another type of operational amplifier circuit configuration that used to combine the voltage present on 2 or more inputs into a single output voltage. 2. What happens to the output if the frequency of the source is increased to the 3 kHz? As we know, frequency response of an electric or electronic circuit allow us to see exactly how the output gain and the phase change at a particular single frequency depend the design characteristic of the circuit. The frequency response analysis of a circuit or system is shown by plotting its gain, that is the size of its output signal to its input signal. Output and input against a frequency scale over which the circuit or system is expected to operate, then by ignoring the circuit gain at each frequency point. So, when the frequency increases to 3 kHz, then the output voltage become decreased. For discussion A and B. For part A, zero level detector. Zero level detector is a voltage comparator that changes the output between positive V saturation and negative V saturation when the input cross zero reference voltage. Zero level detector circuit is used to produce and output stage, which whenever the input crosses the reference input and it is connected to the ground terminal. It is also known as the sine to square wave converter. For part B, non-zero level detector. Non-zero level detector using battery or supplies as the reference voltage. Notice that there is a modification of zero level detector. Instead of grounding the non-inverting input, a fixed voltage is applied to the inverting input. When the input voltage is bigger than the reference voltage, then the differential voltage is positive and the output voltage will reach its positive saturation value. Next, discussion C. The summing amplifier is another type of operational amplifier circuit configuration that is used to combine the voltage present on two or more inputs into a single output voltage. In this simple summing amplifier circuit, the output voltage now become proportional to the sum of the input voltage V1, V2, V3 and extra. An operational amplifier circuit that will amplify each individual input voltage and produce an output voltage signal that is proportional to the algebra sum of the three individual input voltage V1, V2 and V3. We can also add more input if required as each individual input sees their respective resistance Rin as the only input dependent. This is because the input signal are effectively isolated from each other by the virtual earth. Note at the inverting input of the op-amp. A direct voltage addition can also be obtained when all the resistance are equal value and Rf is equal to Rin. Note that when the summing point is connected to the inverting input of the op-amp, the circuit will produce the negative sum of any number of input voltage. Likewise, the summing point is connected to the non-inverting input of the op-amp. It will produce the positive sum of the input voltage. So the conclusion, this lab experiment I learned to demonstrate and investigating a comparator circuit. They have two comparator circuit which is zero level detector and non-zero level detector. After that, I study to demonstrate and investigate a summoning amplifier circuit. That's all. Thank you.